So how is this arc of Undead Unluck going to end? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Undead Unluck episode 10. And yeah, this is the end of this arc, and they're kind of just meeting in the roundtable room, just kind of closing things out with this mission and everything. So this has got to be some kind of big finale to this arc, right? Like after everything we just went through, especially the stuff with Victor. Like they've got to close this arc on some interesting shit. It would just feel unnatural if they didn't. Excuse me. Um, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's gonna be involved with this. I don't know like where this is gonna go, but I'm interested. I'm definitely curious, if nothing else. And I just wanted to remind you all that, as I had stated prior, we are going to be taking a break from Undead Unluck after this arc. Um, just because I don't even want a chance of this series becoming getting, God, what's the word? What is the word? I can't think of it. I hate when this happens. Every goddamn time this happens. I don't want... burnout is what I was thinking of. I don't even want the chance of burnout happening. This series I am enjoying way too goddamn much, but it's like, I really want to avoid that. So, I'm taking a break here. I'm just going to give it some time. So I know I'm ready, and I know I won't have to worry about that. Now, as you know, I announced yesterday, I put up a video announcing the big schedule changes, the major schedule changes, and in that I announced ahead of time what would be replacing this. So I'll talk more about that in the afterthoughts, but that's already just kind of out there and open. So yeah, there is that. But we are finishing this up today, and then we'll go on to that. But that being said, even despite the changes and everything that are set to come with the schedule moving forward, we do still have a lot of other great stuff on the channel. As you can see, we have a bunch of different reactions every day of the week, specifically Monday through Friday. A lot of great series reactions and also YouTube reactions on Monday. On the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, we also put up movie reactions. They're recorded earlier in the week, but they're uploaded on Saturday and Sunday just to make sure that every day of the week has something going for it. We also have Spider-Man 2 every Tuesday and Thursday. That has already started, already enjoying that, and that's going to keep going for as long as it goes. So, looking forward to more of that as well. But in the meantime, let's just get this going and hope for the best. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction because, yes, here we do have to redirect stuff. It's just too much of a risk I don't want to take to have everything put onto the channel itself. Just a risk with copyright strikes and other bullshit like that from YouTube that I just don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with having strikes or even losing the channel. So we're just playing it safe, redirecting everything. But because of this, you get the full reactions for free. You don't even have to pay. So reactions are redirected down below. And after you watch them, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Listen, I am autistic. My brain does not function at the same rate and level as neurotypical people. There's a lot of situations where it takes a lot for me to understand certain things. And certain situations where some things fly over my head and don't make sense to me. And it's not something I can help. It just is. That's just how my brain works, or in some cases almost doesn't. But at the same time, I feel like this is just, as a concept, is so utterly insane. I can't really see how anyone could just instantly follow along and understand this just conceptually in their mind. Like, maybe given time, it's like you can just learn to accept it, but from first hearing and seeing it, and just the concept being driven into your mind, it's like, I'm sorry, but it's something that just is incomprehensible to me. And I've watched a lot of stuff. I've read a lot of stuff. I've played a lot of stuff that has fictionalized takes on the universe, on the galaxy, on human history and whatnot, on the world itself. But rarely does something come along that throws me off this much. Because it's like, it's such a very specific, like, kind of shock factor that it goes for, that it's just something that feels like it just always should have been there. Because the world of this series, outside of the superpowered people and UMAs and all of that jazz, most of it seems to run on just normal kind of Earth logic. And again, I know they've pointed out the fact that there are no stars and stuff before, that there was nothing in the sky like that. But just the idea of there being, like, almost nothing up there in space at all, it just doesn't, it doesn't connect with me. It doesn't make sense. My mind just refuses to comprehend it, because it's something that just does not make sense to it. Like the alien invasion, okay, that's one thing. I can get behind that. I understand alien invasion shit. But the fact that the entire galaxy was just created in basically a snap, and at the same time, in an instant, all of this human history was just added to people's minds, memories. The entire history and culture of the Earth was just changed, so that people believed that they had always, like, learned about and known about this stuff. The days of the week now have names, which they apparently fucking didn't before. And people always thought that people think that they always did for a long time now. They even have, like, this this preset like idea of when that first became a thing. And it's just like, listen, my brain is not wrinkled enough for this shit. I just I'm genuine. I genuinely want to tell you here. I am not kidding as to how much this threw me off when I was watching. Like when I say like my brain kind of like shut down for a second there, I'm not even joking with you. I'm being completely serious. That I just like had a moment of just complete like just emptiness to me. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like I guess you could kind of say I disassociated for a moment in a way. Um, but it's just like it was so incomprehensible to me. It's just like my mind just refused to even continue to think for a second there. It was obviously very brief, but it was just that moment of pure just confusion. And the thing is, these rules affect all of humanity except apparently the negators, which again, as I stated, is why Shen can still speak Chinese and still knows Chinese, but no one else can understand him when he does. And so they don't know everything that galaxy changed when it went up into space and everything. That's why they had to get the information from people who were affected. I don't get it. Just does not compute. Like if this were a cartoon, smoke would be like filling out of my ears like that. I would be crashing and burning if this were like a cartoon like that. You get what I mean. It's just one of those things that my mind just, maybe because of my autism, maybe just because of the concept alone, my mind just does not grasp it. And it's something I pretty much never really face, that kind of like insane feeling from. Because again, most things in even a lot of these sci-fi and fantasy shows and stuff, it's like I can understand because it's presented in a way that's like, oh, this is a fantasy world. This is something that doesn't feel real. But it's like, again, even though there's the negators, the UMAs, the rules, all of that, most of this world still felt like normal Earth and everything. And it's just so like confusingly like incomprehensible how this was so different. And again, it's like even like the stuff with like the English being made like just the universal language on Earth now. It's like I can get that. That's something my mind can grasp. I don't know, man. It's just that really threw me off like hard. It's like my brain just derailed for a second. Um, but the fact of the matter is, it's like that's just the case now. And this was a punishment. Though the punishment mostly came in the form of the aliens. And that allowed Juice to showcase her shit. That allowed her to reveal her negator ability, which is unjustice. If her enemy has some form of justice they believe in, some form of credo and whatnot, just something that is kind of like their belief system, and it's strong enough that they fully believe in it, that it drives them to do what they do. She can negate it, and negating that system of belief basically makes them implode on themselves. Not just like literally, but they come crashing down, because everything that they had been working for is basically negated, meaning that they basically are taken in the opposite direction. Their justice, their credo was the invasion and forced capture of this planet for themselves. And negating that means that they had to be taken out to avoid this situation happening. It negated that entire belief system, that entire justice, and so it caused that their justice to be taken out through force, almost a kind of ironic twist. And they basically destroy themselves. I hope I'm getting this all right. Obviously, no spoilers for the future, but let me know if this is like the basic concept at least. Because it's like that's such a wild power, and it's so like I feel like almost vaguely explained here. Um, but it's insanely powerful. That much is true. And it seems like maybe she can only activate it like when like she takes off her helmet. I don't know exactly what the rules for activation are. Because a lot of these powers, a lot of these negator abilities have rules for activation, right? Such as like Shen has his rules and everything. Fuko has to, have bodily contact, so on and so forth. So I wonder if that's her rule. She has to be like the victim has to look her in the eye or something like that. I don't know. Obviously, if it is a spoiler as to like the specifications here, don't tell me, but yeah. But yeah, they accomplished all of their missions except the one. They couldn't find Unburn, I think it was. Because he had been captured by Unrepair, which we saw in the cold open. Um, and now they're looking to get to, or not Unburn, Unseen. They couldn't find Unseen. And now they're looking to find Unrepaired to bring into the group. They want him to be their new member, because one of their rewards was getting an 11th seat. Unfortunately, unless all the seats are filled, they can't get new missions. And if they don't get the new missions to accomplish within the time limits and all, the fucking end of the world happens. Because, like, if this tablet is filled up, and it fills up with every, like, incomplete mission, every, punishment they're given, if it fills up, it's presumed that the end of the world happens because it's marked as Ragnarok, which in any sense of mythology and everything, yeah, that's what it means. The end of the world. Usually in a very violent, horrific way, too. Not just like, oh, snap and the world's gone. No, like, horrific shit. So, yeah, that can't be good. They already have 99, like, failures, I guess, throughout the history of how long this has been going on, which might have been quite a while. Which means they're only 2 away. they need to make sure they accomplish these missions. So their priority is definitely to get the new member. And luckily, a couple of their prizes for accomplishing things included locations. So that's an important thing to follow at this point. So that leads into the next arc. They're going to start searching for Unrepair. So that's going to be fun. And it looks like the mission is going to be handled by our main duo with Tatiana joining in this time. So we get to have another mission with a solo member of the round table who we'll get to learn more about now. So that's going to be interesting. This was a pretty nutso episode, though, to close out this arc. And as I stated in the pre-thoughts, we are going to be taking a break now. Because like I said, I'm enjoying this series so goddamn much, I don't even want the chance of burnouts happening. I don't even want it to get close. So to avoid that, I think it would be best at this point, where we just finished episode 10, we finished the arc out, take a break here, and come back to it at a later point. And as was already announced with the major announcement video yesterday for the schedule changes, this was already in the works before all the other plans were made to cut down and all. So this is still happening. And this is being replaced by Season 2 of Kid Cosmic. I'm really excited to get back to Kid Cosmic. It's been a while, and I really loved Season 1. Like, it actually surprised me by how much I loved it. So I'm very excited to get back to more of that. We will do so starting next week. And if you want more info on how the schedule is going to start being cut down, there is that video I put up yesterday. It basically says just major schedule changes and everything. You should be able to find it easily. It's like the video, one of the videos right before this. Like maybe a couple videos before this, because the Spider-Man video for today will probably be before this. And then I don't know if I'm going to put this up before or after Lucifer. I don't know which one's going to end up going up first, but yeah, you'll obviously know by the time you see this and everything. But yeah, just look at the update video that was posted just yesterday. Again, it says like major schedule changes or whatever, and that'll give you all the info on how that's going to be updated. But for the time being, let's look at what we currently have on the schedule, because we have a lot of great stuff on this channel. Monday through Friday, we have a lot of great series reactions that we do here. And on Mondays, we also do YouTube reactions that are taken from donation rewards that you all have given me. Every Saturday and Sunday, we do movie reactions. Though they are recorded earlier in the week, they're posted on the weekends just because it makes it easier. And that way, every day of the week is taken care of. We also have Spider-Man 2 every Tuesday and Thursday. PS5 Let's Play, really enjoying it. Been loving how it's been going with what I've recorded so far. Can't wait to see more. But yeah, a lot of great stuff on the channel. Hope you enjoy. There's always something for everyone. Even with things being cut back a little soon, there's always going to be plenty of space for great shows and more coming in the future. So, that all being said, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.